Okay, quick tour of the place. That in the background is the sea. It's a car park. Another just quick pan around the place. Oh look, there's my car. It's looking uphill to the nursery and some of the gardens, which I'll now show you. Here's a little greenhouse that we've knocked up. And here is one garden. And here's the greenhouse. Let's go inside. No, new life. La la. It's a second garden. It's a third garden. Needs a bit of weeding, but it's still operative. Here I have 25 tomatoes in their embryonic state. Over here is a haphazard weight room, which is pretty cool when you consider that this is the view. Once again, that's the sea out there. And yeah, you can lift weights and look out to that as the sun sets. And give form to your skinny body, which after months is still skinny, but has form. This here is the nursery, which is very underused, but we're working on that. A little hairdressing salon there, because one of the guys is a hairdresser. But this is the nursery. Inside the greenhouse now. And here we have, this is an emu, which is, back home we call it a hungy. It's a big pit filled with sand, and you dig a hole in it and light a fire in it, and then fill a pig full of stones and chuck the pig down and cover it up. Plus, you know, vegetables and fruit and stuff like that, and it cooks. We're going to have one of those in the next, an inaugural one, in the next month or so, where we cook a pig and some turkeys. This is the new developed garden, built from scratch, all these beds. Various vegetables, with 2 beds still on the way. Just a variety of stuff, beans. The commercial stuff at the moment is the basil and the peppers, red, green and orange, I think. So we sell those commercially as well. Parsley. That's a little tube that we fill up with compost, and it's got holes at the bottom, and lots of worms live there, and they go out through the soil and leave tailings, which is the theory. That's one of my projects. And yeah, this place has just been going for the last... It was nothing. There was weeds up to the roof 6 months ago, and now it's been hacked down, beds being put back in, and it's a going concern, which is really good. Taking people's apathy and powerlessness and turning it into stuff that other people eat. I like that, you know, and turning a theory into practice. Moving further up, this is the top of the lychee orchard. And then another little project. This is all coffee. It's only like a year old. It takes 4 years to produce. And it's the second most labour intensive crop next to cotton, so it's a bit stupid, I think. The sooner we rip this up and put something that turns over every couple of months, the better. But this is the boss's project, because he gets to go coffee, and then gets the, you know, gets everyone else to make it happen. But that's what being a director is, I suppose. But then right here at the far end there's a lot of empty space, so we're going to be bringing all the foliage that we cut down up here, and I'm going to put a sprinkler system in to keep it wet and put nitrogen on it and turn it into soil, because apparently here, especially on this side of the island where it gets a lot of sun, you've got, if you mulch everything, you've got about a 6-week cycle to turn foliage into soil. And we need more soil because this is all volcanic rock. And then we'll put more beds up here, because we can do 5 times as much basil as we're producing now and sell it. So why not do that? I've been given a bit of a responsibility in managing this place, so that's what I'm going to do. Once again, way out there is the sea. It's quite nice, really. I mean, things could be worse. I could have cancer of the eyelids. So I'm going to rehearse down here, put lights here, and produce things, and then go away for 1 to 3 weeks at a time. And for the first time in my, well, not the first time actually, the third time in my life, have a base that some welcoming thing that I can return to instead of just being a vampire for the laughter of others, which as you know, it works. It suits me in my condition, but it's no foundation, and sooner or later I just topple over into a huge lagoon of sorrow. So I'm working on not doing that anymore, because fuck, it's painful. And this isn't, I mean, it's all perspective, but this is a very good place to be based, don't you think? Here we are in the middle of the greenhouse. Here's a new development. We've taken this roof and used it for catchment for water, and it comes down for here. It's almost overflowing. We get too much water. It usually just rains at night, which is great. As you see, it's a nice sunny day, and we've got all this space to develop. I don't know, but it's super latent. So I'm quite happy to have this responsibility of turning all this empty space into something productive. The runoff from this soaks this soil at the side of the roof, and so we planted taro here, which is a good example of taking something that was broken and making something useful out of it, which is a sort of metaphor really, isn't it? But let's not dig too deeply about that. And here's another little metaphor. It's a ladder. You start at the bottom and you work your way up. Isn't that profound?